Hey Leadheads, and welcome back to the Talking Lead podcast. This is episode 244. Hope you guys caught last week's episode 243. That's where we kicked off our awesome interviews from the 2018 NRA annual meetings and exhibits there in Dallas. That was day one, part one. This is going to be day one, part two. And then, of course, we're going to hit you guys with day two and day three, and we'll have several parts for each of those as well. But we're cranking them out just as fast as we can. I know you guys are anxious to hear these interviews as much as we were to do them. Great interviews coming up. We've got Chris Tonto Peranto coming up in the next couple of episodes. Charlie Melton's going to be talking about his world longest rifle shot that we're going to be going out. He's actually going to break his existing record, and we're going to go out to Utah in September. He's invited Talking Lead to be a part of that. So we'll be bringing you guys that coverage in September. But just a quick thanks to all the sponsors of Talking Lead. Make sure you go and support these companies that support us. I know you guys are out there checking them out because I'm getting emails and IMs from you guys talking about the products and questions and things that you have. Feel free. You go to any of these websites and you've got questions about the products, get in touch with me. That's fine. I can always pass along your information. But the best way to do it is go to their modes of communication that they have set up on their websites, whether it's through customer service links, phone numbers, or a lot of them do the social media as well. Very responsive to that. But make sure you guys go check out the official optics of Talking Lead, Right On USA, RITON, USA.com. It's a veteran-owned, family-owned, based out of Arizona company, good old American company here. Guys, they're cranking out some awesome optics. I can't tell you how impressed people are when they see their optics. The quality of these optics versus the price, there's nothing can compare on the market. So you guys go to Right On USA, check them out, let them know you're a Leadhead, and of course always try that Leadhead discount code at any and all of our sponsors' websites. Modern Spartan Systems, don't just clean your firearms, optimize them with Modern Spartan Systems line of cleaning and lube products. They got the Spartan Accuracy Oil, the Carbon Destroyer, the Copper Lead Destroyer. They even got something for those optics when you get them from Right On. It's called Crystal Clear. And then, of course, you guys heard me talk about the TVT engine oil additive. Go and check that out. If you guys have high mileage vehicles, even if you got a brand new vehicle, you can start putting it in your brand new vehicle too, and it's going to help. It's definitely going to help protect and extend the life of your engine. But I've got over 320,000 miles on the Talking Lead sled. It's a 97 Yukon, and it's still ticking, running great. So check them out, modernspartansystems.com. 1776 United, that's where you guys can get all the cool Talking Lead swag. We've got our T-shirts, we've got our patches there, and soon we're going to be having our mugs. They're going to be hosting our mugs, so you guys will be able to go there. Tumblers, mugs. We haven't come up with a name for those yet, so be checking, listening. I'm going to have a contest where we're going to name the Talking Lead tumbler, and the winner's going to get a couple of those tumblers and some other stuff that we're going to throw in. So go to 1776united.com, get the Talking Lead swag. X Steel Targets.
X Steel Targets.
The best, most affordable AR-500 steel targets on the market today. If you guys aren't shooting steel targets, you're missing out. There's nothing more satisfying than hearing that ting whenever you hit the target of an AR-500 steel target. And Bud over there, he's got any and all targets over there that you're going to want or need. And if you can't, then he'll custom make one for you. So get in touch with Bud over there at xsteeltargets.com and tell him you're a Leadhead. High Threat Concealment. These guys are making awesome holsters for your pistols, for your pistol mags, your rifle mags. If you need it, they've got it there at High Threat Concealment. They're awesome tactical battle belts that they have there. They've got everyday carry belts. They've got belts for low profile systems. They got low vis battle belt. They've even got belts for women. So you guys make sure you go over to High Threat Concealment. It's highthreatconcealment.com. Check them out. Also let them know that you're Leadheads. I just got in my big low vis battle belt the other day, so I'm in the process of configuring and seeing which way I want to carry with that, but I'll be posting pics of that here soon, so check out Instagram for the Lefty low vis battle belt rig. Defy watches, the official wristwear of Talking Lead. That's right. We have partnered up with a watch company, and they're not just your everyday run-of-the-mill watch company. They have just about every kind of style that you would want. You got your EDC, you got your tough, rugged dive watches, you got your dress-up, go-to-dinner kind of watches from their family of watches. Defy is part of a bigger company called Smith & Bradley, which has a couple of other brands underneath them. Prima is one of those. But you guys go to Defy Watches right now. They're running an awesome special for you lead heads. It's 44% off the Battlefield or the Scout. And you might as well just go ahead and get both of those for the price that you're going to be getting them for. And pick up a couple of extra and give them as gifts, because whoever you give those to are going to really appreciate you and think that you spent a ton of money when actually you saved 44%. You don't have to tell them that, Just tell them you've paid full price for that bad boy and let them enjoy it. But go to defywatches.com and, again, let them know that you're a lead head there, and Jeremy's going to take care of you guys. He's informed me that they've got another just killer deal for you lead heads coming up soon, so stay tuned because we're going to have Jeremy on to announce the next badass deal that he's giving you lead heads. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this week's line of interviews, which would be Day 1, Part 2, and we aren't disappointing here either. So you guys kick back, grab you a nice cold frosty beverage, put it in that Talking Lead tumbler. If you haven't got yours yet, go to dip123.com/Talking Lead. And we're still offering you guys the $25 pre-order price. Even though we started shipping those, we've extended that pre-order deal for you guys. Because we know how the podcasting works. Sometimes you skip around. Sometimes you wait a little bit and you miss out on some deals. So we try to extend them as long as we can. But just go ahead and go to dip123.com/Talking Lead and get that tumbler so that you can put your awesome cold frosty drink in, or hot drink. You may like a hot drink in the summer. I don't know. I like cold drinks. While you're listening to the show, just makes it that much more enjoyable. All right, guys. So as the gunny says,
Howdy! Hit it, sweetheart.
Sir, aye, aye, sir.
Wait, yes. Yep. Sure nobody's sneaking up on me. You got my back, Charlie, right?
Absolutely, 100%. As long as you got me, man.
Always. So we are back, ladies and gents, at the 2018 NRA show. I'm just shortening it to show.
That's good.
I'm not going to say all the other stuff.
The 28.
At the official Leadquarters here at Eagle Imports, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Sodini.
Hello.
Thank you so much for hosting us this year.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, it's our first day. Still morning time, isn't it? Is it noon yet? It's not even noon yet. We've been cranking out the
we
interviews.
knocked out.
It's actually almost 1.
It's almost 1.
Almost 1 here? Okay.
Good. Time's flying.
Time's flying. Hopefully we got some food on the way. Pepper went and got us some food, hopefully.
Bless her.
Right? I'm about to pass out. But you guys can hear, we got more guests. And these are no strangers to the Talking Lead podcast. We've got none other than the Joe and the Charlie from Aklys Defense. Ba-boom.
It's the Joe and Charlie show today.
The Joe and Charlie show.
It takes many forms, but there's almost always a Joe and Charlie show.
It can't be a successful Talking Lead event unless you guys are involved. So I think we missed you at. Did we miss you at SHOT? Did you guys come out? No, we got you at SHOT.
We came out at SHOT, but like the entire day got erased that we were talking.
We had to redo it. That's right.
There was that guy that came, that English professor guy or whatever. He was talking about the 224 Valkyrie or something.
Yeah, the guy was just like an encyclopedia.
But he didn't know anything about suppressors, and we had to slap him down a little bit.
Yeah, but it was a mutual educational kind of benefit thing.
It worked out. It was a nice guy. He just admitted.
So y'all hadn't been pen pals since then. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, he did admit he didn't know anything about suppressors. And we admitted that he didn't either.
Right. I mean, you guys are
talking about suppressors?
Well, it came up in conversation, and we started talking about some different products that are on the market. And he was asking, he said, well, such and such can be suppressed. It was that Franklin Armory thing with the straight rifling. And we were no, that won't work that way. That's not how any of this works. And we had to convince him of that, but he did admit to learning a thing or two. He knew his stuff when it came to that.
But you guys had a nice, calm, civil conversation about it. You didn't have an argument or a disagreement. There was no shouting or yelling. Or,
Right, and it was as it should be.
you just had a nice civil disagreement.
Yeah, that's the firearms industry. I mean, that's
Right. And that's how we do it in this industry.
we as adults.
Right. And we got to turn you up. Joe's going to be quiet mouse today.
I'm quiet mouse today.
Scoot your chair up. Maybe that'll help. So Aklys Defense has some new things that they're going to hit us with. I mean, last time it was just knocked our damn socks off. And
Which one? The left or the right?
The Velociraptor.
Oh, that was the left sock. Okay.
Yeah. SHOT Show.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That was like the grand reveal. I mean, I saw it way before then, but
Yep.
I got to shoot it.
Yeah, Marty, I think, saw or shot one of the initial proof of concepts.
Yeah.
But it's the Velociraptor. The AKSV is our integrally suppressed AK. It's kind of an evolution of our original AKSD, which we developed close to 10 years ago.
That long ago, huh?
It has. Yeah, I still got the original concept art that we did of that first one. It's hanging in the office. And I was like, wow. I looked at the date.
Is that,
It's
is
been
that
like
real?
10 years. So it's an evolution of an integrally suppressed AK, but this time instead of the old AK was a permanently attached 16-inch barrel, so it was a single stamp gun.
Yeah.
This one is a 2-stamp gun because we wanted to maintain a short, compact, and still very quiet system, and to be able to do that in a short barrel platform, we had to do some really revolutionary stuff. And if you look at it, it's a square shape, very similar to the shape of the AK. So we've got so far out of the box with it that it's a box.
That it's a box. It kind of reminds me of the way Chevrolet went with the Camaro. You know how it was a muscle car?
Yeah.
Used to be a muscle car. But you kind of, I mean, I'm not, because it's the bad thing what they did with the Camaro. But what you guys did is you went like muscle car and you made it more muscle car.
It's a very aggressive looking rifle.
It's a
really cool.
completely different look.
You should see the NRA version that we did. It's kind of a dystopian.
Oh, I saw that.
In the future, like if somebody was issued an AKSV 20 years ago, and now it's 20 years later
it's been out in the weather and
It's got some prospective battle damage to it. It looks a little
been
bit
out in the Sahara Desert.
little battle worn. It's got the like a pouch on the back and the way that it's been painted. It really came out gorgeous. We have it gets a lot of attention. People walking by the booth, they do a lot of double takes. Like,
just
what?
the look of it alone. I mean, you've got that big freaking Bricko block suppressor up front, integrally suppressed barrel thing. Do you guys have you come up with a name for that design yet? Not
the
yet.
Legos. I mean,
The
we call them
Legos.
Legos.
Yeah, we call them
It's a Legos.
We call them Legos.
Bricko block Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all different on the inside, so we call them Lego 1, 2, 3,
Have
4.
you seen it? Have you seen this
No.
rifle? You've got to see this. They've got a picture. We got to go over there and look at it. You got to see it in person. You got to hold it.
Lego 8 is actually the repetitive, so if you want to make it a little longer,
Yeah.
you just add some more Lego 8s.
Just click them on.
And it gives you some more suppression, but it does give you length. At the level, it's about 12 inches,
Okay.
which the whole gun is the same size as a M92 crank, and it gives you a very short, compact package, very well balanced. It's still lightweight. It's actually about 6 ounces lighter than a standard AK, but it's a lot shorter, so it balances much better.
Very cool.
It's slim. It looks big and blocky, but once you hold it, actually it's the same width as the AK receiver, so
Yeah.
it's not any bulkier to use. It just looks a little chunky.
Yeah.
And suppressors need airspace, so even though you see this big monolithic Lego block, it's actually all hollow on the inside because we need all the
Serves
airspace.
a purpose. Yeah.
So every square millimeter of that internal suppressor is doing something.
Have you done the DBs on it? Tested the DBs?
We have. We don't really like DBs because it can be played with, the atmospheric conditions,
Sure.
ammunition. So we shoot for comparative testing and hearing safe range, and it's under hearing safe.
Nice. And, you know, suppressors have a tendency of getting hot, and this one's got a bigger airspace. Is that a factor?
It does. Suppressors will get very hot, and it does get hot. But the hand guards that we have built have a radiant heat shield, as well as another layer of insulating property. So there's dual air layers and radiant barrier. So after about 60 to 90 rounds, you can still hold on to it with almost no sense of heat. If you let it sit after about 90 rounds, After about 5 or 8 minutes, the handguard gets a little warm from heat soak.
Right.
But it's nothing that gets to the uncomfortable point.
Yeah.
We actually haven't been able to shoot it enough because we usually run out of ammo until we get to a point where it's uncomfortable to shoot. So the handguard design is very, very specific, and there's a lot of engineering about what it's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you felt it when you shot it. You know, you put you put a couple of mags through it.
I think
I shot like three mags through it, just back to back to back.
Yeah, I think Marty shot the original proof of concept didn't even have a handguard.
Yeah.
It was like, here, just don't touch that area.
Right.
Yeah, but then you shot it at SHOT Show too.
Yeah, I shot both versions, and
Yeah,
I shot both versions. I like it. I mean, it shoots really good. It's one of those that I definitely want to have that in my life. So I gotta get that in my collection.
It's a perfect home defense carbine. It's all AK in the back, and then all new evolved Aklys up front.
Yeah, it's
Gas.
just there's no words for it. I mean, it doesn't really. You can't compare it to anything other than if you've seen sci-fi movies, maybe. I don't know, the Starship Troopers. Or is that something?
It's multiple. Everything that's going up there, it's not just a muzzle suppressor. It's suppressing the gas system. It's suppressing the chamber overpressure, as well as the muzzle gases, and it's releasing everything out the front. So there's
Is that what you can talk about? Can you talk about the insides of it and how you got?
Well, we can talk about everything. Is all gas releases are controlled and released out the front. We're shearing gases off of where the gas system would be. We're scavenging gases off of the high pressure areas of the barrel, so you're not getting blowback out of the chamber. You're not getting the blast out of the gas system. We have our own proprietary gas piston that fits in that's based off of the Galil. It's adjustable. Currently, it runs with most subsonic ammunition, but if you end up with a subsonic ammo that doesn't happen to run, you can adjust the gas piston a little bit and gain some more gas scavenging.
Right.
So it really is a flexible system, but it's designed as the perfect home defense carbine. Still get 7.62x39 at over 2100 feet per second, which is the kind of that threshold for body armor usage. So it's an all-around pretty cool package. We're really proud of it.
They can go to aklysdefense.com.
Absolutely.
That's correct.
And you guys have them available there.
Yep.
For sale. Are you still doing the pre-orders on them, or are we past that?
I think we have 2 slots left for the initial pre-order with a little bit of discounted pricing, which you get a custom serial number and a couple special items.
Nice.
We did, for the NRA show, we have released, and we have a prototype of the Velociraptor Claw, which is a karambit that is going to go along and be the additional offering.
Cool.
Why did we not bring that? How did you
not bring the karambit?
I don't know.
That's a pocket carry thing. You just drop it in the pocket.
Yeah, it's a pocket karambit that the idea came to us like literally it was last day of SHOT Show with one of our other industry partners, and it's a matter of Velociraptors need claws. So
yes.
it's a companion item. It's going to have some of the similar stylings to it it'll absolutely be a companion item to your Velociraptor. And for those that can't, or don't want to purchase the Velociraptor but want to be part of the project, they can purchase the Velociraptor claw.
Okay, so you just get the claw if you want it.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean but we're gonna there will be one included along with the Velociraptor itself. But
nice.
but they will be for sale separately. So
that's cool. It's
a project. I'm really proud of it. I think it came out really, really cool. It's probably going to eventually evolve into maybe more than one size of them as well.
Gotcha. So you're getting into the cutlery business now.
We've always been into the knives. It's just we've been waiting.
You've never made a knife? You've made a knife?
We just
I've never seen your knives. You've never talked about your knives on my show.
Oh, the 1911 knife. It was a folder. It's a great knife. I love it.
Really?
I'll tell you what, we'll have to look at some. We did a small run of fixed blade stuff.
Okay.
But our biggest, most popular was our 1911 knife, and it had a slight karambit feel to it. It was more of a hook shape, and whenever we developed it, I never really thought about the karambit design, but it just kind of evolved and has that same feature. So.
Well, it makes sense because your guns are named after some sort of a stabbing object.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, some kind of Latin or Greek weaponry,
like the Aklys,
falcata,
the Aklys,
the falcata,
the Pilum,
the
Kopis. They're all sharp, pointy, stabby things.
Right.
The name of the company itself, Aklys.
So you guys should, I mean, it just makes sense. You need to. So you're gonna have to rename all your knives those now to go along with your guns.
Well, Velociraptors are from history and have sharp, stabby things.
Well, I know they've got sharp, stabby claws. Yeah. I'm just saying, like for the was it the Pilum?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you do a knife for that also.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the suppressor, and then you got the knife.
Do we call the knife the Pilum too?
Yeah, you call it the same. It's
Yeah,
the Pilum knife.
the
We'll start with the
Pilum
Kopis.
blade, yeah.
We'll have the Kopis and the Kopis blade.
Right.
So you got the idea at SHOT Show, and you've made it that fast?
Yeah, we have our first. Yeah, we got the first prototype.
Joe don't mess
program.
around, dude.
Apparently not.
Joe don't mess around with shit.
We're a small company.
Charlie and
we were able to
Joe,
work
it's not
very
their
fast.
first
They can
rodeo.
move
They've
fast,
been
yeah.
through this before. Yeah, they know how to get stuff out.
We already have the channels in place and things. We already have the partnerships to be able to get stuff done.
We were this close to actually having product to sell here. Like, yeah, this close. My fingers are half an inch apart. So we will have those available very soon.
We do have the production sheath made by Green Force Tactical. Kydex sheath offered in three
Christian?
different.
Yeah.
Yep. The Raptor, the Black Raptor, a carbon fiber, and then kind of a blue snake print.
Cool. Is he here?
He is
This
not.
week? He's
Yep,
not here.
He wasn't able to make it.
We got to get him. I think I've had him on. I don't think he's been on yet. Because at
Ever?
SHOT Show, he didn't. He just let y'all talk.
Yeah, you might need to do a remote with him.
Yeah.
He's a hoot.
Yeah, I know. He's a ball of fire.
He is a piece of work.
But you guys have brought some new things that we're going to talk about here. Some
Absolutely.
suppressors.
Yep.
Because you guys are the company for suppressors.
We
Thank you
do.
very
That's what
much.
we do.
Yes,
we
yes.
are detachable suppressor manufacturers. That's our biggest product. The end tags are we do quite a few of those. Our Javelin's probably the most popular. Velociraptor's gotten a lot of attention, a lot of exposure. But our bread and butter are our detachable cans. And for NRA, we are releasing a new can called the Pilum M.
Boom. Pilum. Speaking of Pilum.
People were asking about our 9mm can and saying, do you make a 45? I'm like, no, it's a 9mm can. Can you just make a 45 hole through it? We could, but it would suck. So after a few requests, it was always on the docket. It's like, we're going to make a 45 can. And then we started back from the drawing board. It's like, you know what? I don't want to make just a normal 45 can. I want to give something with some usage, some modularity.
Right.
Let's do something that's more of a cross-platform. That's why we don't call it the Pilum 45. It's the Pilum M because it's modular. It's cross-platform. Everything.
Smart thinking.
Any pistol caliber 45 and down will fit through
Thinking
it.
man right
4570 on rifle length barrels, sub guns, things like that. But it is a modular system. If you notice,
I must touch. I must feel.
here's the core. And if you notice, it's two additional pieces over the standard Pilum.
Yeah.
It's the front module. We call it the extendo module, and its companion tube.
Okay. So you can
shorten it.
you can make a stubby.
Yep.
Correct.
End up with a 6-inch suppressor. It is 6.2 ounces.
Very
It
nice.
has the built-in linear inertial decoupler, which is the lid or Nielsen device or the thingy that makes it work on Browning action pistols. It's built in. If you want to put it on a sub gun, you can put 3 lugs. You can put one of I counted up the brakes and adapters, the one of 56 different variations of threadings or muzzle brake adapters for
Holy
it.
crap.
So we can pretty much put it on any gun you can think of. Everything from just about any Browning action pistol, fixed barrel pistols, sub guns, 300 blackout, 5/8 by 24, almost anything. HK3 lugs, you name it. We probably have some way to stick it on your gun.
So this is the Pilum M.
And it is included with the price of the suppressor.
Yep, one of your choice.
You will get one mounting system of your choice with the price of the suppressor. That includes the Nielsen device or the piston, if you will, which some guys don't include that. We do. So, and additional parts are suppressor attachment devices are
Pretty inexpensive.
45 and up. They go up from there.
The Uzi is a much larger one. It's got some ratcheting system, so it's a little on the pricier side. It's about $95.
So with this, the Pilum M, this is how it comes, right?
Yep, it comes in the full
So you
length.
get the full length that's got the stubby screwed. So the full length of it is
just under 9 inches.
so
and
you get
8.2 ounces.
You get the 9-inch, but then you can also unscrew the stubby, and you get 2 suppressors.
Correct.
Boom.
And
No.
we don't call it the stubby.
We
Call it the extendo.
The extendo.
That's the extendo module.
That's extendo.
Okay, I like stubby, but we'll go with extendo. We'll go with your name.
So this is the extendo, and we call that kind of the K module or the K version.
And this is for 9mm.
45 and down. 45 9mm, 300 blackout.
So this
60
one
by
you can do
39.
all that.
Yep.
For this one, and then you get 2 in 1. Now, what's the price point?
$599 is the MSRP. We have an NRA special going for $549.
$549.
Yep. And that includes shipping.
How long is that going to run?
As long as NRA show goes through.
Okay,
so you need to do a lead head special.
yeah, because
For the lead heads that
probably going
listen-
to air 2-3 weeks from now.
As always, we have our always running lead head code of 10% off. So if you do it right, then you can get $549 and you get another 10% off. So you got to know.
Bam.
You got to know the code. You got to be a lead head.
Got to know the code.
He was talking about some of the watches that are available with lead head codes. That's some nice deals.
Yeah, from Defy, and we can't advertise. He won't let us put it on Instagram or Facebook. You got to listen to the show.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the show.
That's the same thing with our lead head.
The
Nobody.
benefit of listening, you get the discounts,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely.
Same thing with Aklys Defense. You guys use that lead head discount code, and they're going to set you up with a nice discount on their products there. And they got suppressors. They've got the full rifles. They've got some awesome swag.
Yep.
And they got knives now, we just found out. Holy shit.
Yep. We've actually turned on our strip lowers again, so we have our strip lowers available. People kept pestering us so much because we have one of the nicest lowers in the industry. A lot of areas where you have issues with roll pins, we've threaded those areas. You don't have to worry about the detent. The rear detent's coming out because we have an Allen screw that captures it. If you're one of those guys that likes a nice, tight, locked up upper to lower, we have a tensioning screw that's built in as well.
Oh, nice.
Type 3 hard anodized. We hold a very, very tight window on our mil spec, so it works with pretty much everything, but it's going to be very, very accurate, very, very tight system. Beautiful anodizing too.
Sweet. So you guys are into building your own. Check them out. Get your lower there. I'm actually considering doing a couple more builds. I haven't built one in a while, and I'm getting that itch.
Hey.
So I need to build one.
You built a 9mm yet?
I haven't built a 9 yet.
We've got our Excalibur matched upper and lowers. We use this Glock mags.
Okay.
We've transitioned. We used to make one with the Colt mags, and we got so many requests for Glock mags. But the bolt hold open was never. Yeah, the bolt hold was never the best way in them. But a company developed a new one, and we've licensed that technology, and it's a great bolt hold system.
Nice. Check that. And what's the name of it?
The Excalibur.
The Excalibur.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is also another
a
sharp,
blade.
stabby thing
from Camelot.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a
King
Grand Power
Arthur.
gun. I got an Excalibur too.
That's right. He does. He's got an Excalibur.
Really?
The Grand Power
Yeah,
Excalibur.
Grand Power
Oh, yeah,
Excalibur.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yep. Very cool. So
How's it spelled?
It's we're different, guaranteed. Yeah. Ours is like X-Cal, you know.
Okay.
So it's standing ovation for Talking Lead.
Yeah, there you
going
go.
on
Yep.
here. But the Pilum M, you guys can go get. It's available now. Around $500 bucks.
$550. Around
$550. Around $550.
With the lead head discount, it's right at $500.
So basically, you're getting 2 suppressors in one, and you only pay one
tax stamp.
tax stamp.
It's more than just 2. I mean, you could actually put this on a 22. You could put it on a 9mm, on a 45, 40. For those.
What I was saying, you break it down, and then you get the extendo,
Yeah, then the shorter version. Yeah.
which you can put that on something too, right?
No, that would be 2 suppressors. That
Damn.
would not.
So I was
This
trying to
is
get
a-
around that.
Yeah,
So
this is a
you don't get
propriet-
2 suppressors in
Yeah,
one.
no, that is a proprietary thread.
Okay, so you can't use that smaller one as a
yeah.
suppressor.
And it is a weird thread. We did that on purpose because there is no way to make that into a standalone system.
Okay. I'm still excited about it.
Well, I mean, you kind
But
of
you
do
can-
get
you
2
can-
suppressors at the same time, but you can only use one at a time. You
Well,
just
yeah.
have choices now.
Yeah, so you can have it the 9-inch, or you can have it the
6-inch.
The 6-inch, yeah.
That's what she said.
But you can shoot a shit ton of different calibers through it. So
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're actually getting a whole lot of suppressors in one. But that's one thing I love about you guys as far as the suppressors go. You could charge a whole lot more for these things, like
We could.
other companies do, but you don't. You make them very affordable.
We want to get suppressors in the hands of everybody. We want a simple system. There's a lot of great suppressors out there. There really are. But they have their disadvantages, either pricing or their complexity or materials or things like that.
Yeah.
We want to have the perfect edge of suppressors of easy to use, very simple, first-time buyers, good price point, and great performance.
Right.
And that's what we kind of shoot for.
And as a byproduct, most of our suppressors are lighter than the competitors. We've beaten weight on, especially our 22 and our 9mm suppressor. Our weight is way under a lot of the competing cans.
And that's the other thing is the weight that you guys are able to come in with this on.
We don't give up or sacrifice durability with that lightweight either. We put the weight where it still needs to be. Like our 22 can, it's full auto rated. So I mean, you can go beat on it with the nastiest American 180. Mm-hmm. If you do find some way to kill the core, again, all of our pistol cans, 22s use our future-proof system, which means if you do kill it, we can swap out the core. The only time people will normally hurt the 22 is when they shoot 9mm through it, which 9mm doesn't go through a 22 caliber bore.
We have seen people do it,
but they have attempted it several times.
Yeah, the old square in a circle kind of thing. Yeah, don't do that.
But every time that's happened, our tube has survived, and we've been able to replace the core without somebody having to buy a new suppressor.
Nice.
So that's how it's designed.
Yep, and if you have one of our old 22s from 7 years ago, well, you can send it in and we can repair it with our new core and offer you the latest and greatest upgrade without having
what kind of warranties you guys have on these?
Lifetime warranty, of course, on all of our cans.
Very good. Very good. So what do you got there?
Well, we have our
we got
Aklys,
another one.
Yeah, we have our Aklys 30 caliber suppressor, which we've probably seen, you've probably shot. It's a user serviceable 30 caliber can. Again, it's 3 user serviceable pieces: the tube, the core. We do have the end cap, but it's not really part of the suppressor.
Is this the new 30 caliber? Is this the one that took the Orion's place?
Correct. This is the user serviceable Orion replacement. We still have the Orion, but it's meant for people that are going to stick a 30 cal can on a belt-fed machine gun. 99% of all suppressor buyers don't need the durability that the Orion had. So we wanted to develop something that was a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit lighter, and frankly easier to manufacture, so we can keep the price point down. So this is the Aklys. You've probably seen it, but for NRA, we have partnered with a really great suppressor company that has made one of the best, if not the best, quick detach mounts, the Chemo system from Dead Air. We have now integrated the Chemo into the mount, so you have 2 choices. You can get the Chemo, or you can get our standard Aklys fast attach, which is it gives you the
which do you recommend?
It depends on what you need. The Aklys QD or the Insta-Attach gives you a fast coarse thread, and you get direct thread consistency, so it goes on the same every time. The Dead Air Chemo is very consistent, but there will be some lock-up differences because it is 2 tapered fits, so over time it may wear in and it'll change your point of impact, shift a bit. But if you want to get a can on and off fast, the Chemo is absolutely the way to go. Okay.
Very nice. So this is for 30 cal?
Yep.
So all the calibers you can shoot through this, run through those.
Yep, 30 and down. It is 300 Win Mag rated.
300 Win Mag.
We are on the verge of applying a 300 Remington Ultra Mag rating to it, but we need a little bit more time just to make sure.
And this is this?
Don't say serial numbers on air.
Oh, I can't say that.
What's the serial number?
I want 0007 as well.
That one, that's long. That's long in the bag, man.
007.
That one's long in the bag. I think that one's in my safe at home.
That one's supposed to have been mine. Now, show me how this works. So that goes in this, right?
Well, tube first.
Tube first.
Yeah. So it's a double-threaded interface, which allows us to have that 7.5-inch full auto rating. This is product development in action right now.
In action right
Somebody
now.
that's not handled the can apart. Is putting it together. No special instructions, and he's putting it together right so far.
And it's not that I haven't tried to get one, but I don't have one. Nope. Oh, okay, so, and then that's going in. So I'm putting the baffles in now.
Yep. So the monocore's going in, and a lot of people think those are O-ring grooves. Those are actually gas traps. They're shaped like an inverse wave to catch the gases and keep them inside the can. That allows us to be able to have a nice sealed system. Up front, again, I don't like special tools. It's just extra things we have to make and sell you, which increases the price. So it uses a 3/8 drive ratchet for the 30 caliber version.
Okay.
So you just stick a square 3/8 drive ratchet. You can
Tighten
pull the
it up.
core out or pull the end cap out, depending on what you need to do.
Very nice.
On the back, we have wrench flats. The chemo system, because it is a very slim QD system, it does use a special spanner. It's not really a special spanner, it's just a standard spanner wrench.
Okay. And what's the weight on this?
It's 20 ounces at the stainless version. With a titanium upgrade, it's 18 ounces.
18 ounce. What's the price point?
You
got there yet?
$7.99 as it sits. With the chemo, it is right at $9.99.
Okay. Very good. And that's available on your website. They just go there and.
The chemo system's not available on the
Coming.
website
Oh,
quite
the chemo's
yet.
not. Okay.
But the Aklys with the standard QD is available, and we have several that are reaching dealers now.
Okay. And then we got another little small one. Looks like a 22.
Yep, this is kind of an old favorite. This is the Kopis, but this is the Kopis TI, the titanium version.
Oh, so you got a titanium now. Very nice. Very light.
It's 3.6 ounces, so it's a little heavier than the 2.4 ounce aluminum Kopis. But we had a lot of requests for people that wanted a dippable can or ultrasonic cleaning, so we released a titanium version. Of course, it's available in a nice bright turned graphite titanium natural finish, bead blasted titanium, or a heat anodized colored finish.
Is that what that one is? Heat anodized?
Yep, that one's heat anodized.
It's got a little purple hue
I
to
tried
it.
to push purple. I heated it up a little too far in some areas, and we pushed into the gold. So it's. I tried to do kind of a cheetah print thing.
I'm doing photos now.
I need
Very
to talk
cool.
to Mike Taylor over there at Keybar. You have Keybar? You have a Keybar, huh?
Yeah.
I love those things.
Is he here?
He's
probably here.
I don't know, but he is the titanium color guru.
Okay.
So I need to talk to
Yeah, he
him
definitely
about doing
could
some
figure
electro,
that out for you.
yeah, some electro coloring with it.
No doubt. And did you say the price point on the 22? The
The
Kopis?
Kopis TI is $549 MSRP. Right now we're doing a Shot So special for $499.
Very cool. All right, you guys go to aklysdefense.com. Check these out. You got any new cool swag? I know you had the shot glasses and your bourbon bullets and
Yep.
We've got to do T-shirt.
yeah,
The Gatteries T-shirt.
Gatteries.
Yeah.
That's your gun. Electronics run on batteries and guns run on Gatteries.
Gatteries. Okay.
So the Gatteries with the definition is on the front of the T-shirt.
I gotta look at that one. I hadn't seen that one
Yeah,
yet.
come check it out.
check it
We've
out,
got
yeah.
all of our old favorites, the Boom Shot glasses. We're restocked on dropping bombs. We added a couple new colors to the dropping bombs bodies. Of course, our bourbon bullets, bourbon bombs.
Bourbon bullets are awesome.
Bottle
I love those.
openers. So if you're new to Aklys Defense, listen on the show. We make suppressors, machine guns, and drinking accessories.
And drinking and knives.
Yes.
And now they do knives.
And now we do knives.
And I want to thank you guys for donating to our baseball team for our fundraiser that we did. We raised a lot of money. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate you sending that stuff.
Awesome.
The kids are very happy. They got a lot of good stuff from it. No Sweat also helped donate.
So what is this?
Well,
So
this is
that-
pretty cool. You should check this out.
So No Sweat, it's a hat liner. It's a tampon for your hat.
That's yes. It's basically
It's
a
in a nutshell.
maxi pad for your hat or your helmet, and keeps it protects the hat, but it keeps the sweat out of your eyes.
sweat
Yeah.
line off your
And it
hat.
actually has a cooling active agent that cools your head.
And it's comfortable.
Well, see, we're from South Louisiana, and
Oh, yeah.
You definitely could use those.
we get pretty warm down there. So
You get pretty sweaty,
It's
don't you?
the smell. It's like it's just.
Is it more
you
the
wear-
smell
you
than
wear a
anything?
hat. Yeah, you wear a hat. Like favorite hat I've been wearing for like 8 months straight. I'm like, what's that?
It's a
You need one of
they
these.
get a little right.
These are disposable, so you just rip it out and you put a new one in, and you're good to go.
That's really cool.
You can actually wash them out and rinse them out. That's what I've done with mine.
Try it.
I have.
It's
I
great.
did. It works.
take a
You just
couple.
put it right back in, and you're ready to go. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
One question before you go, because you guys are going to give some awesome answers on this. If you could be president for one day, what would be your first act as president? Your presidential act?
I know what Christian Green would say. But Hillary,
Hillary Clinton's a criminal and belongs in prison, no matter where you go and who you are. That's as Christian would say.
So the reason I say that because he says that. I wish I was president one day. As far as a gun side, I would probably see about dumping the Hughes Amendment. We'd get new manufactured machine guns out to people, so we could have the same freedom that the Second Amendment was
intended for. Yeah.
I'd try
that one. Yes.
I'd try and go for the world peace thing. But I think Trump's doing a pretty damn good job right now with it.
Okay.
Pretty
World
impressive.
peace.
Yeah, world peace.
Kim Jong-un calming him down a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Hughes Amendment was going to be mine, so Joe got that one. So to come up real quick, I would.
And it doesn't have to be gun related. It could be anything. It could be anything.
Well, kind of focused on gun stuff because kind of in the middle of the NRA convention. We're at the biggest gun show in the world.
It's your choice, dealer's choice, man.
Something that's I've always considered to be a real issue is tort reform. Something I would definitely try to push through at like a loser pays lawsuits. I think that would change a lot of things in this country and the way it's
cut
built.
down on a lot of the frivolous lawsuits.
Not just frivolous ones, but just the ability for people that are just overly litigious, even if it's not necessarily considered frivolous or bad. I think that would lead to things like insurance reform and things of that nature that would allow this country to help the middle class a little better.
I say we just put you guys on a ticket together, president, vice president. Y'all decide who's doing what. I'll vote for you.
He can go do tort reform. I will take Air Force One up for a ride.
Take it for a spin. Very cool, guys. Thank you so much. Awesome products. Check them out. AklysDefense.com. Longtime friends of the show. You guys heard Joe and Charlie on the show before. Show them your love. Go there. Buy their swag, their T-shirts. Their shot glasses are awesome. I mean, if you're a partier and you have parties at your house, you can't have a good bar without one of the Aklys Defense shot glasses. A set of this shot glasses.
They measure the perfect 1.5 ounce pour.
They do, and you look awesome doing it that way. So, we're going to be back with more from the Talking Lead Leadquarters here at the Eagle Imports booth, the 2018 SHOT Show.
Mad Mike.
What'd you call him?
Mad Mike.
Mad Mike?
This is like my mentor.
Mad Max Mike? Oh, yeah?
This is like the first person I met that took care of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Kept him alive through the whole show. He got through the first show.
That kept him hydrated? Is that what it was?
That Philadelphia NRA show, the very first one, I knew nothing about guns at all. And I got dropped in the middle of the booth, and Charlie was...
He was right next to us in a booth, and some guy came up and he says, "How do you take these apart?" And Mike's like...
shrugging his shoulders.
He looked at me and he's like, I'm like, let me help you.
He's like, they just left you here by yourself, George?
That's really how it went down.
Yeah. Throw him to the dogs, right?
He was sweating. His breath smelled like a magic marker.
Was that before you started drinking? Your days of drinking?
That was before I started drinking. That was.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back at the 2018 NRA annual convention here in Dallas at the official Leadquarters, Eagle Imports. And I got my right-hand man, Mike Sodini, joining me. Actually, he's on my left. But
yeah, left-hand man.
I'm left-hand. You got to be right-hand.
Lefty.
I'm left-hand. And I'll let you introduce our guest since he's your mentor.
Yes, this is my mentor. I'm excited for this one because I love these people. There's MKS Supply, Hi-Point. This is this gentleman right here, Charlie Brown, is the first
Showed
person.
You the ropes.
Yeah. My very first gun show ever. I'm in Philadelphia.
That's right, Philadelphia NRA.
Yeah, don't know anything about guns. They just drop me off in the booth and take off. And Charlie was right there to help me. Thank God.
That's funny. And joining Charlie, we've got and he joined us at Big 3, but I haven't posted that show yet. So.
It was a lot of guys.
It was a short interview anyway, so I think what you're on with Spikes.
And it was like right at the end of the day or end of the whole shoot. I mean, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, so we got more to talk about with David and Charlie. Is it David?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was David. David and Charlie Brown here with Inland, Hi-Point.
Yep.
You guys represent anybody
MKS Supply does the marketing and sales for both Inland and Hi-Point.
Okay, I didn't know there was a third one in there.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
It's like Eagle. I got to remember 13 different.
Yeah. Well, he's not. He's very similar. He's always got his hand in something.
Right. So what's going on with Hi-Point?
Well,
what's new?
Hi-Point, we just recently released our new 10 millimeter carbine.
Okay.
Just right after SHOT Show. It's kind of a new caliber for us. We weren't sure how it was going to go over, but the 10 has really made a big resurgence, and we're enjoying some very, very good interest and really, really good sales. High impact.
So it
in
was
the marketplace.
received well.
Yes, very well.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before that, we actually introduced a 380 carbine.
You're right. We talked about that.
We did
last
talk about that.
NRA,
You know, people say, well, why did you let a 380 carbine go? And we're like, you know, we're the only ones that made one, so that's always nice to be
people shoot
the only fish in the water. And a whole lot of 380s were sold, and we thought it might make a nice complementary gun for somebody that just has a 380.
Right.
So, you know,
photo op, turn around.
very good. But you know Dave pretty well. But there's some things you don't know about Dave, and he just got done shooting in his very first PCC National with a Hi-Point carbine.
Yeah.
And you know,
It was
so
a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You know, it was challenging. There was a lot of people there. How many people were shooting?
Like 300 shooters. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Professionals, amateurs. I think like Todd Jarrett took first place. I mean, you got big dogs that were shooting in it, and little old me with a Hi-Point.
And this is your first one? That was
First
your
PCC match
First
that
PCC?
scale. Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't come in last.
That's
so,
right.
you know, he's not going
That's
to tell you
what
where he
mattered.
came in, but he did not come in last.
But your carbine, how'd it run?
The carbine ran flawless. The only issues I had were me personally of maybe a hand was too high on the magazine and trying to use my hand as an oversertion stop, and hand kind of sticks in there. Yeah. That's still a little bruised.
See, he still got a little cut there.
Got a little snag.
Yeah.
Got
But,
bit.
you know,
got bit a little
being
bit.
the only guy running 20-round magazines and everybody's running 40, 45-round mags, so they're not reloading through an entire stage of 32 rounds.
Yeah.
I had to reload at least once on every stage. That was an immediate disadvantage, but you kind of watch with or walk with the guys like Mike Foley, the president of the USPSA. He was on my squad,
Yeah.
so you kind of listen to how he's going to go attack the stage. It's like, all right, I can do that, and where do I reload?
Yeah.
All right, I could do this somewhere. So that was my thing. I had to stop and figure out where I reloaded in between there, but did all right. And, with the gun worked flawlessly, like I said. But all
Actually,
the guys
Dave's such a good shooter, we had to handicap him
whatever.
to keep it fair.
Don't I wish?
Now you used the 10, right? The 10.
No. Ran the 9 millimeter. Ran
Use the 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With that game, there's no point in using anything bigger than 9 millimeter. But yeah, it was a good run. It was a good time. Everybody was there. The ROs and the stages were digging it. Everybody in my squad was like, "Man, you really run a Hi-Point? Like, why you only got 20 rounds?" That's all we have. That's our max, man.
Well, that's going to be my next question. Is, with his experience with the PCC and how popular PCC is now, are you guys going to come out with a higher cap mag?
20 is probably the most we'll have. It's a red ball mag. It's authorized
So sorry,
by
competition
Hi-Point.
shooters, you just have to reload.
That's right. You have to learn to be a good reloader.
It's good for you to reload.
Yeah.
But what else were you running on the
Fine
Hi-Point
motor
carbine
skills.
that some people might find interesting?
The other one that cracked him up was the optic, because everybody runs optics in PCC, and I was running an Aim-Point T2 on that. So everybody was going, "You're running a dot that costs more than your gun." Isn't that normal? Not what everybody does. So
that's the rule of thumb. Is
nice.
your glass is supposed to cost
That's right.
twice as much as your gun.
That's
There
right.
you go.
That's
And
right.
Aim-Point was nice enough to take good care of us and get Dave the best of the best, and he ran it really well. So.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Very
did.
good. So you got another one coming up?
Local stuff. A lot of the local ones I'll hit up with it, but
Yeah.
big
So
ones.
this
This was the big one.
Your first carbine, your first PCC. You hooked?
Oh, totally hooked to it.
Yeah.
You're going to put him on the catalog as like your shooter?
He's my
shut up.
PCC. He's my factory guy.
Shut up. No catalog spreads there, pal.
Well, Dave actually is a really good shooter, and he shoots a lot of rounds every month. He's won quite a few of the Glock matches locally. So, at the end of the day, it's really the person shooting the gun and operating the equipment most of the time. So he's shooting a gun.
You got to have good, reliable equipment.
That's right.
You do.
That's
You
right.
do.
He's shooting a carbine that costs less than $300, and he's placing pretty decently in a national match with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. It was a very good time. You
What
should have
were
been
other
there.
people
I know. I was
using?
supposed to go, and I didn't make it.
Everybody in my squad, minus one guy. One guy ran a SIG MCX. Everybody else was running AR derivatives.
AR
and
type.
9mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the strength of the whole shoot. I think I heard one other guy ran JR carbine, another guy ran a Chris Vector, but most of it was a few MPXs and
Any
just
sub
ARs.
2000s running?
No, I didn't hear anybody run
Didn't
that,
see
but
any sub 2000s.
they could do it. I mean, they really
A lot
could.
of JP, PCC.
Oh, it was a ton of those.
Yeah.
ARs. in
The
9mm.
Yeah, the AR definitely reigns supreme in that game, but you don't have to have that. You can still have.
So yours definitely stood out.
Oh, without a
y'all
doubt.
got a distinct look on your carbines.
Yes, we do. Yes,
And on top of that, I ran a one-off that was dipped in Cryptex, so it really had a visual difference.
Sweet.
Yeah, the guys go, what was that guy running? And I hear one person say, I think he had a Hi-Point. And I hear that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm running a Hi-Point.
They're like, face.
That was exactly it.
That's awesome.
It was good.
So what else you guys got? What else is new?
Well, we've been doing a lot of shows. We just got done with the USCCA show in Louisville.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing the Carry Guard show that'll be coming up in, I think, August. I believe that's a Carry Guard show.
Coming around the corner, yeah.
Yeah. We enjoy doing consumer shows because, you can advertise as much as you want, but really the consumer, if we can talk to the consumer and discuss the attributes of a Hi-Point.
I mean, what better place than here?
Yeah, what they're going to use
right.
it for.
Right.
It just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
We get a lot of traction at the consumer shows.
Yeah. Well, this is the best one
Yes,
for
sir.
that.
Sure is.
No doubt. And they're expecting record numbers here.
Yes, they are.
Anytime you have them in Texas, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
And Trump's supposed to be here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trump's coming in. What about inland? You got anything coming?
Well, we just released at SHOT Show Inland Carbines a pistol, 7-inch barrel. It's called the IMP, Inland Motor Patrol Carbine.
Okay.
It's got a 7-inch barrel on it. Sold as a pistol, but it has a attachment point where you can put a brace on it, so you can actually put it to your shoulder and shoot it.
Okay.
And we also have a
Nice.
Inland M30P, which is a 12.5-inch pistol, and it comes with a brace.
Oh, nice.
So the Sage chassis stocks are very popular and very high quality, and some people are really digging those. So it's got it kind of makes that old M1 look very modern. So.
Any plans for inland to come out with a pistol caliber?
How about let's just change the rules so you can have 30 carbine in PCC?
Right?
That would be fun.
Come on.
I was like, that would be awesome.
Power,
Well, when we were on last time, we had the inland guy.
Ron.
Ron.
Yep.
We had Ron on. We were talking with Ron. Well, actually, I just went over there and I talked to him. And we were talking about how cool it would be to have a competition, 3-gun competition, using the inland guns. You know, because they've got a 1911, they've got the carbine,
and the trench shotgun.
and he's
And
got
the
the trench
shotgun,
shotgun now. It's like do a memorial like a World War
like an era correct 3-gun.
Era correct
Yeah.
3-gun.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what we were talking
Yeah.
about. And he was like, "Yeah, we should do that." And I was like, yeah,
That'd be cool.
That'd be a fun event.
I think it would be awesome.
I'm game.
I'm sure a lot of the
And people have to
reenactors
wear-
would dig that.
People have to wear the clothes and the helmets.
Right.
now you're making it rough.
Where can you get Hi-Point? Where can you get? Tell the people where how do you market?
Everywhere, but in the end, highpointfirearms.com. We've got it all there. Buy now links.
We have some buy now buttons on the highpointfirearms.com website, but any local dealer, if you have a rapport with any local dealer, you can go into that dealer. Even if he doesn't have a Hi-Point in stock on the shelf, he can order from his distributor and get it within a few days. So it's a very easy process.
They're a cool company. They got great warranty.
Are you back ordered on those tins?
Second to none.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are definitely backward on most all of our guns
Yeah, so
now.
if you want to get
Second
one,
to me.
go ahead and get on the list, right?
That's right, yeah. Just be patient with your dealer. It is a new gun, and there's a really high demand for it.
Yeah, it'll take a while to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the inlands, same thing?
The inlands are less back ordered. Some models are back ordered, but same thing, same
Website?
process. We have a buy it now buttons on our website, or you can go into your local gun shop.
What's that website?
Then it's inlandmfg.com.
Okay. Very good. All right, so we've been asking some off-the-wall questions to our guests today. It's going to be this whole week. But you guys have been on the show before, so you don't really qualify as new guys. So if you could be the president for a day, what would be your first presidential act?
Oh boy,
Holy
Charlie.
moly.
Charlie's eyes.
His eyes.
Wow.
Whoa.
His eyes.
Well, would
It's
be
like,
my
that's too
first
much power.
presidential act.
Don't give me that much power.
Wow.
What about you, David? He's thinking. Charlie's thinking.
I don't know, man. You go like the crazy extreme to have fun with it, or you're like, keep it kind
Whatever.
of
Yeah, just say something
First thing
crazy.
comes to mind. What's
I got mine. I'll let Dave think a minute.
Okay.
It would be the reciprocity, probably. Across the
National
board.
reciprocity.
National
Yeah.
reciprocity?
Yeah.
nice?
Since
Exactly-
we're at the
that's
NRA
exactly what I
show,
was going for.
Since
In
we're
the
at the
spirit-
NRA show, we might as well,
The spirit of NRA.
That's right. That's right.
All right, well, he took the reciprocity as my thought. Then it'd be the suppressor deregulation. We all want
Nice.
suppressors. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no regulation on suppressors.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sell 'em
The
like a
Europeans
firearm.
do it.
Speaking
you know?
of suppressors, Inland has a line of suppressors as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, it's we have a 22 suppressor called the PM22. It's one of the only suppressors that's a monocore, polymer monocore, and it's replaceable. And then they just rolled out a new line of titanium suppressors in 30 caliber and 9mm.
Nice. Now, is he still got that secret sauce he's spraying in there?
Yes, the DV foam. The DV foam. It'll
Yep.
work in any suppressor.
Yeah.
And it'll reduce your first couple shots.
Significantly, yeah.
You lose the crack on the first couple shots by using the foam.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool.
And you can shave
It
with
makes a difference. It really does. It makes a good bit of difference. A lot of guys were digging it at Big 3.
Yeah.
We were shooting in the can, especially, again, like Charlie said, that first round crack totally kills that. But then even subsequent shots, it is quieter. I mean,
Yeah.
it really does make a difference. It's nice to have.
So being a competition shooter, David, if you could design your own shooting competition, what would it be?
If I had designed my own, really, as much as 3-gun is fun, I would just go down to a 2-gun. Shotgun just eats up time. Just give me a rifle and a handgun,
Yeah, so
and run
just
through
do
course of
2-gun?
fire in a 2-gun. That's kind of my thing.
And what kind of setup would you have? I mean, what are the obstacles? What are the stations set up? What are they looking like?
The most defensive as possible. I mean, a lot of them. It is such a game where you're looking for all the best angles, but I want to kind of make it more defensive, almost kind of IDPA-ish, where you do need to use the cover. You do need to be behind stuff, but make it more physically difficult, like down on the knees, on the ground, shooting real low, shooting some prone stuff, because you can't really do that, right now. That's kind of where I'm going to go. They make it gritty as you can get.
Okay, so you want to get into like a Spartan race or something?
Yeah. Spartan race with
Tough
guns.
Mudder.
Spartan race, Tough Mudder with guns.
Tough
that'd
Mudder
be
with
awesome.
guns.
That'd be awesome.
I would get hurt in 2
I can't
seconds.
remember where it was, but we talked to a guy that was putting something like that together.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like a Spartan race with guns.
I'd be totally in for that.
Yeah. I can't remember where. I think it might have been at Rock Castle. We might have been talking to this guy.
They got the area to do it too. They got the room.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they do.
And you could tell by the young guys are like, yeah, I'm all over that. And the old guys
They're
just
like,
got
no,
quiet.
we want less
We're like,
physical
My
demanding.
knee hurts
Yeah,
just
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about this. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
my
it's gonna
God.
hurt, man. That's the point.
Yeah. Like, no.
No pain, no gain. Well, very cool. Did you have one that you wanted to throw out there?
If I was president? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Question.
sure.
For them, yeah. You hit them with an off-the-wall question? So this is now it's time for the Mike Sodini off-the-wall guest question.
If you were a drink at Starbucks, what would your name be?
That was one of them.
I would be the anti-Antifa.
There you go.
Anti-
He had an answer.
That's good.
He had an
The
answer.
double. I'll have a double anti-Antifa latte.
It's good to see you guys. I really do enjoy. No, I really do. I enjoy we've been doing this for years.
David's still
It's
thinking
fun.
on his
Yeah.
coffee drink.
Cold and bitter.
Cold and bitter.
Yeah.
My coffee cold. and
What's your
bitter.
guys' booth number?
7316.
Okay, I got to get over there.
yeah,
and check that.
7316.
I'll get out there and check it out.
Just down the aisle. If you can get there, it's starting to
Yeah,
fill up a
it's
little
starting
bit.
to fill up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's going to
people
be
are
crazy.
rolling in. I
Tomorrow's
think they
gonna
had
be
the
crazy.
roads blocked
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
did.
good in it.
presidential barricade or presidential arcade coming in.
for the Presidente.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys.
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
thank you.
we're gonna be
Again.
back with more from the 2018 NRA convention exhibit show here at the official Leadquarters of the Eagle Imports.
There you go.
Booth 5921. All right, Leadhead Brigade. We are back at the 2018 NRA annual meetings. That's a lot easier than saying the 147th annual NRA annual meeting and exhibits, isn't it?
But you just did it.
It is a mouthful. I'm trying to keep it simple. And got my wingman, Mike Sodini with Eagle Imports.
Hello, folks.
Don't be so excited, man.
Listen,
We're
it's
just
early.
starting.
I am excited because there's so.
Right?
This next guest.
I'm going to
is,
let you. I'm going to let you introduce it. I'm going to let you introduce our JL to the Leadhead Nation here.
Okay, so there's all facets of this industry, right? There's, obviously retail, there's importing, there's JL has actually got an interesting thing going on because he runs a forum called Bersa Chat.
Bersa Chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Tell
morning,
us,
guys.
Tell us about your forum.
All right. Well, my name's Tuck Sayre. I'm the owner and administrator of Bersa Chat. It started off as Bersa Talk, then Bersa Talk 2, and then evolved into Bersa Chat. And slowly we've grown that to support.
You can move that if you want to. I'll just
Slowly we've grown that to support more of Eagle Imports products. The Metro Arms came next, and then Grand Power and Yama and a couple of the other brands as
You
well.
said that right. He said Yama right.
I
don't
know
even say
what
it
I'm
right.
talking about.
I don't even
Llama.
say it right. I don't even say it right.
We say llama.
Yeah, well,
But it's Yama, yeah.
right. And we're, and not boasting, we are the largest Bersa forum on the internet as well.
Okay.
So,
And how long ago did you start that?
well, I've been with Bersa Chat, so we're going on probably 10, 11 years with that.
Okay.
But our previous owner and founder died last year, and I officially took it over, and now I'm the guy.
Now you're the guy. You're the
That's
head
it.
cheese.
That's it. We got
So,
a fine moderator staff.
What got you originally involved with Bersas?
A Bersa.
Because they're just badass guns.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I picked one up. It felt right. It had the right heft to it.
Which
And,
Bersa?
I started off with the UC-45, the
UC-45.
pre-pro version, and fell in love with it. I mean, the thing just worked. Breaking it in, I wiped off the oil on it, racked it, shot fine.
And
That
it
was the
shoot,
break-in
yeah.
process. You know, it was just good.
You rack it,
Yep.
pull a trigger, and it goes bang.
That's
That's everything
Right
you
out of
hope
the
for in a
box.
gun, you know.
And then, you know, like rabbits, they tend to multiply, so I got a couple of others as well, and they're all fine weapons.
Okay.
They really are.
So on this chat forum that you guys have, what do you talk about?
Well,
What
pretty
goes
much
on there?
anything. We have general chat. We have firearms specific to a model, whatnot. We have quite a few members who are knowledgeable on the pistols and offer minor smithing and advice. We actually have one of Eagle's warranty centers. One of their guys comes on every now and then and offers his input,
Cool.
which is a very cool thing to have.
Yeah.
And let's see, we cover a broad range of everything. It's not just
Okay.
firearm specific, but if you need to know something about any of Eagle's products, please drop by and see us. I mean,
And
we
that
have
is
somebody,
where as they're listening now, they want to tune in.
BersaChat.com.
Just bersachat.com. That's
That's
easy.
it.
BERSACHAT.com.
Correct?
Yeah, it's always
Baby.
it's good to have, like, as an importer, it's nice to have somebody like Jail on our side.
The end user, yeah.
Right,
The end user
because,
group.
like you said, there's information there, you know, and people go there. And there are many times when I literally, I'm like, I see the question, and I'm like, oh, good, somebody took care of it for me.
Yeah. It's like, just refer them to the
yeah,
chat.
well, the funny thing about it was that when it used to be Bersa Talk, so I went in there and just kind of like, hey, I'm here, and I think I got in a fight with somebody like 3 seconds into being on the forum.
You fell into it.
Right.
You fell into that trap.
But then I actually developed a very close personal relationship with Michael Beals, who was the
Yes.
former owner who passed away. But we couldn't come from two different planets. He was
Right.
like a Kentucky,
Kentucky, California.
He would just stare at me, and I could feel it.
feel it,
I could
yeah.
feel it. But he was great because he would come and he would come to the NRA shows and just hang out and literally sit by the Bersa case, and you would have thought he was from the factory, like just
Yeah.
talking to
Knew his
people.
stuff.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
I did that a little bit last year
Yes,
in
you did.
Atlanta.
Yes, you did.
So
So of the new Bersas that are out, what's your favorite right now?
right now, I got my heart kind of set on that Micromax from Yama
Yeah.
that I just can't find.
Yeah.
Will help, Michael. You know?
You know a guy.
I know a guy. That's right. But
It's one of those unattainiums that we talk about.
It'll come around.
It's
I'm sure.
coming.
Eagle
coming.
loves to have products that no one can get. The Avidity arms, the Stribog. I love doing this.
Yeah. It just makes them that much more
That's
desirable, right?
That's right.
It's true. It's true. But we love them all. And like I said, please drop by Bersa Chat about any of Eagle's products. We've made room for them. And but right now we're really into the Metro Arms and the Bersa Chat. If you got questions about those,
So
please feel
it's
free to
other
drop
outside of Bersa. You talk about Metro Arms. You talk
by.
about
We cover everything.
Yama,
the
you talk
Grand
about-
Power, Yama,
So everything Eagle's
SPS,
importing. You guys
yes.
are okay.
We've made room to
so it's not just
incorporate
Bersa.
that.
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah, we do.
But
Also,
don't talk Glock there, right?
What, Glock? Who's
Who?
Glock? What?
What?
If somebody
What?
talks Glock, you kick them
Oh,
out,
it's
right?
a
No, well,
G-Lock
no. We don't kick them out. We just encourage them to
Go
try the-
elsewhere.
Yeah, try the Bersa products.
No, and
Well,
we'll
they
do
should.
giveaways. I'll send them
Yeah.
swag. Like,
Yeah, we have monthly karmas is
Oh,
what we
okay.
call them and whatnot. You come in, you enter.
Nice.
It's all in. It's a relaxed
You give away
environment.
guns? Giving away guns?
No.
Okay.
That's something
Giving
we
away
don't
swag?
do.
swag shirts.
Maybe like no sweat.
No sweats. Actually, I need to give him a bunch of those.
Yeah. Speaking of no sweat,
we can give you some stuff to give
Well,
away.
those are perfect.
I don't know which one he needs. You know the difference in all those.
Hat liners.
Dude, I'll take them all. They will.
Especially in
They
Dallas,
go out.
it's so humid here. Those no
Yes.
sweats keep your
That'll be
hat
interesting right
lined
there.
and keep the sweat off of them. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So how did
Well,
you
thank
originally
you.
get involved with firearms?
Honestly, Marine Corps. Before I
Okay.
went in, I'd grown up as a kid and
Semper Fi.
and shot a little bit and whatnot. But then in the Marine Corps, they realized how good a shot I was, and it kind of took off from there. And I got into all kinds of long-distance shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
Although nowadays I need the Hubble telescope on a long-distance rifle, you know. But no, that's how I got into it. And pistols, they just came naturally to me. I mean, I started out on 1911. I can read and write with the thing. And
What's your personal carry? Personal
this
defense
week,
carry, yeah. This
no
week?
offense, Michael, it's next yes.
Okay.
45 ACP.
What about last
You
week?
son of
Last
a bitch.
week-
What about
Well-
last week? Oh wait, I'm getting to it. Hold on. What about last week?
Last week it was my Bersa UC45. The week before that, the UC9, because they shared the same holster, which is a plus for Bersa pistols, by the way.
There you go.
And sometimes I rotate depending on my dress. SP101.
Now,
from
have you
Ruger.
been able to get your hands on a Pantera?
No, no.
You can download
Me
Pantera
either.
right now
Me
on
either.
iTunes.
Yeah,
All their albums
that's
are on
right.
there.
And listen to Pantera, the rock band.
That'll work. That'll work.
If you could spend the day at the range with anybody, who would you spend the day at the range with?
Kids, without a doubt.
Okay,
Kids.
Look at that,
That's a
man.
deep answer
Coming
there,
from the heart,
man.
right
Yeah.
there.
No, that's what I used to do. I'd buy a couple of bricks at 22 and take them out. I'd teach them how to shoot, but they'd go through about 3 weeks of pre-shooting
Right, learning,
training and
learning
learning
the rules
with the parents' permission and everything.
Sure.
And they come back, and kids are the most fun. Women who've not shot before would be the next
They're fun
choice.
too. Yeah,
They'd be the next choice.
I tend to find that women pick it up a lot quicker and
They
do a lot
do.
better than men.
They do.
Why is that? Is that because they listen? Is that
No,
what,
they don't
they don't have a preconceived?
That's exactly it. They
Yeah.
don't know how to do it all.
The
So, they're
machismo.
going to
Yeah,
listen.
you don't have to be a tough guy.
and whatnot.
Not trying to be Denzel
Yeah.
Washington.
You know,
kinda-
if you say this is what you do, they try it and they go, hey, wow, that's cool. And they're just naturally better shots.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. I've noticed that in golf too.
Men should be
Like
scared.
putting, women can putt a lot better than men. I've noticed too.
I remember taking my wife out for her first time. I had firearms in the house. You have to know that they're there and know how to use them.
Sure.
That's my philosophy. Her first target stitched the guy, a paper target, from the crotch to the head in a nice straight line. I said, you're done. You're done. You don't need to
you
learn
win.
anything else. You win.
Ding, ding, ding. You win.
So, no, but women would
That's
be
a
the
great
next
answer.
group, but-
Nobody's ever said that.
Yeah, that
in all the
definitely-
5 years.
he-
That's the
he
first
hit the
time.
curveball
Yeah,
right
you
there.
did.
Mhm.
You did. I think he deserves a no sweat for that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I got him.
Well,
there
thank
you go. You got
Thank
it.
you.
If so, president's here today.
He's coming.
supposedly vice president. You could be president for a day. What's your first act? What's your first presidential act that you would do?
We might be getting into territory we not want to discuss on the.
We discuss
on the radio.
everything here.
Let it fly.
We're not regulated by the FCC. Come on.
Yeah, well, if it were me, it would be a lockdown on immigration. For me, that's the
You
biggest
tackle
thing.
that.
I'd like to see it go back to the way my parents were when they immigrated to the United States. They had a sponsor, they had to take tests, they had to do all this stuff, and they came here legally. Yes, it's lengthy, but they got it and they worked for it. And it's not like that today.
Yeah.
The fact that that's laughable, our immigration system, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Very good. Do you have any off the wall questions you want to?
No, but I second that. If you ever
JL.
want to do something fun, marry a foreigner. I've done it twice, and had
Marry a
to
foreigner.
bring them into the country and
It's
pay.
a pain. You did it the right way, right?
Yes, and it's expensive. And now I'm like, why did I do it the right way?
I could have done it the wrong way. No, do it the right way.
No, you do. That's when you really get a true appreciation for it. Is when you do it the right way,
Right.
and you go through lawyers and meetings.
You just got a knack
and
for bringing
interviews.
foreign things into this
Yes,
country,
that's
don't
what-
you, Mike?
Yes, I love that.
That's it. I grew up overseas, and it is nothing like it is here in the States. I mean,
Where did you grow up?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Yep.
Wow, that's different.
Hey, you ain't much if you ain't Dutch. That's my motto.
Is that where you were born?
No, I was born in the U.S.
Okay.
Had dual citizenship, had to give it up to come back to the States and serve our country. And, been stuck here ever since. And enjoyed it.
Here ever since.
Stayed
Do you
here
go back
ever
over
since.
there? You visit?
No.
Haven't been to visit?
Rarely.
Is that your mother's side of the family?
No,
or?
both my mom and my dad.
Oh, okay.
They're both Dutch-born, American naturalized citizens. I was born here. We went back. I grew up over there. Came back, joined the Marine Corps, that kind of thing.
Now, are they still here? They over
Yeah.
here? Okay.
They're both still here.
Very cool.
So
Look, he's great.
He is. He's
I
awesome.
said, you got to come on the show. He's
So-
like, I'm not big on talking here.
So, once again, we're in BersaChat.com, right?
BersaChat.com.
And you can talk Metro Arms, you can talk Bersa, you can talk La Llama or Yama, however you want to say that. What you got? Like 50 different. What else? Grand Power. You got to help me with this sometimes.
What's the pinkest gun again?
Avidity
That's
Arms.
it.
No, I thought it was Unattain. That was the Unatanium.
Well, that's like a unicorn.
That's the
a
unicorn.
very
gun.
expensive unicorn.
Avidity Arms, yeah, coming soon.
Yeah.
He's actually got some over there in the case. I see them now.
Yep, it does exist.
So
It's
yeah,
just-
it exists. We'll have to do a live and just show people that it's real.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
We'll do a live feed on that. But is it JL?
JL.
So we had Justice Hall on earlier. That's his name, Justice Hall. Isn't that a cool name?
What awesome superhero
And then you're
name.
JL.
You have a superhero name.
You're like
too.
JL, like Justice League.
Yeah.
You all right?
Oh,
I mean, we
good
got
Lord.
a theme going, a comic book theme here. So.
There you go.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be on.
Guys, it's been awesome. Thank you.
And, we got to have you on again. Give us an update on the chat room. When you guys are
Sure.
doing like an awesome giveaway or something, let us know. We'll make an announcement on the show. So
And drop by. We do it at least once a month.
there you go. And
Okay.
if you're lead head and you drop over there, let them know that they found you from Talking Lead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
And
Yeah.
vice versa. If you guys are on the chat and you're hearing JL, post this on your chat room too.
I'm going to make a post.
And then we'll get some new listeners maybe. But
Sure enough.
we're going to be back with more from 2018 NRA annual meeting and exhibits here in Dallas.
All right, thank you,
Thank you,
Jeff.
fellas.
Do that. But I've only done that like 15,000 times.
I was watching Graham Bates, he was showing me a video of him doing a review on it, and he was like pulling it out of his pocket and just boom,
flipping
boom,
it.
like quick.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's one of the things where
Well, we're going to talk about it here. so.
people, they're like, oh, I got to put it together. Well, no, it's already together.
It's
We've
already
done the
together,
assembly.
yeah. No assembly required.
And you can carry it with one in the chamber very safely because when it's folded down, there's no way you can make it discharge.
Yeah.
And here's the other, and we were talking about this earlier.
It's directional. You gotta aim your mouth at it.
I got you. I've got 4 pistols that I pick from every day to carry. Like I have a Glock 43 with the little belt clip thing on. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
And I wear that to the gym.
Is it the Snag Mag?
No, I've never heard of the Snag Mag.
Okay. Well, we need to introduce you to the Snag Mag.
But it's just
Ulti-Clip. Is it the Ulti-Clip?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
using the Ulti-Clip.
Yeah, it's got two screws that go in the back plate and it runs down here.
Uh-huh. You just put it on.
So that's one. Then I have an M&P 2.0 that I just bought. And then I've got our M3 Delta, which is the bigger pistol. And then I have a SIG. The SIG I don't carry that much, but that one stays in my computer bag all the time.
Right.
But there's times I'll pull it out and throw it like in my hoodie or something.
Yeah.
So it's the point is that, and like we're talking about the haters on the internet.
Right.
Like people are like, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to buy the gun, dude. It's not Obamacare. Like I'm not forcing you to buy it. I'm
don't
just
have
saying
to.
this is another option.
Right.
That's it.
So let's talk about it. Let's introduce Trey. And it's Trey, and
It's
this is
Trey.
his real name, Jingles. Trey
Like
Jingles.
The rat on Green Mile, Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jingles.
Nobody will ever forget that now.
That was it, Mr. Jingles.
Yeah, Mr. Jingles.
Green
Yeah.
Mile. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that movie in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great movie. And the name of your company, Trey?
It's Full Conceal. Our production facilities in Las Vegas, Nevada, just off the strip behind the 511 store.
That's
right
me.
behind the 511 store,
Okay,
baby.
I'll come visit you.
So you can either rent a Ferrari, get some cool pants, or buy a cool gun, all within
Or do it all.
grenade blast radius of each
Right.
other.
When you hit that blackjack trifecta.
Yeah.
Go there, buy the gun, buy the Ferrari, and what's the other place?
Buy some 511 pants.
Some 511 pants to hold all that shit in.
I used to live in Panorama.
Okay,
right
yeah.
there.
That's where Steve and
Okay.
Mike, we have a condo that's
Yeah.
there that they come in and out of. That's where I stay if I go out there.
Okay. All right, nice.
Yeah, and we can walk to work.
Yep.
And no, it's cool.
All right, y'all can schedule a date later.
Exactly.
We'll play
Okay,
date
I'm
later.
sorry.
I'm just kidding. We
Sorry.
have fun on this show.
We got off topic.
But no, I mean, I'm excited to talk about this. So what you guys are doing is you've added a whole new level of coolness and usability and functionality to the Glock. Now you call your lines the M.
It's a full conceal M3D.
M3D.
Super secret naming. D for double stack.
D for double stack.
S for single stack.
Okay. So you got the D and the S.
That's 21 rounds?
Which would be the 19.
Based off of
and the
a
43.
very popular semi-automatic pistol design.
That we can't
Also
talk about?
mine.
Can we not say that word?
We're not supposed to.
Okay. All right.
But it's a G19 or a G43.
There you go. If you can figure out what that is.
Right. But it's a super reliable pistol design. And
so let's talk about what we got here. So what you've done is you've modified this. You modified a G19 and the G43, and made them even more concealable.
Right. All right. So
let's talk about the fun, what we're looking at here.
The whole deal was we wanted to give the shooting public a better concealed carry option, and so you either have the conundrums of concealed carry, or you either have a big pistol that looks like a big pistol, but it's got rounds and it's got an effective caliber, or you have a little dinky pistol with a less effective caliber, not that many rounds. So what we did is we said, okay, we're going to take a full sight radius pistol. We're not giving up caliber, capacity, or concealability. We're going to make this thing look like something other than a gun. And so we're on a podcast, you can't see it, but I can literally have I've
What's
done
your
this.
website so the people listening can go to your website while we're talking about
Fullconceal.com.
Fullconceal.com. There you go. Check it out while we're talking about it.
And while they're still up on YouTube, there's plenty of videos. If you go in a YouTube search and just Google search Full Conceal M3Y, there's a pretty good video that we did out in Vegas that explains the history behind the gun, shows us shooting the gun. Everything about the firearm you want to know is all in that video.
Okay.
So
go check that out as we're talking about this.
Yeah, I saw as I mentioned to you guys earlier, I saw the Graham Bates video, the review, and it was pretty badass what Graham was doing, the way he was drawing from his pants pocket.
Yeah, and it's been, that's what we were talking about on the way over here, about the power of social media and getting our product out there. There's been things that have happened that we couldn't have paid for. We did a guy, I was at the NRA Carry Guard Expo in Milwaukee last year, and a guy came up to the booth like 3 or 4 times, super nice guy, and at the end of the thing he said, hey, I just want to do a quick video for my Facebook group of you presenting the pistol. So it was like 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, in a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. I presented the pistol, talked about it, and the thing's at like 16 million views, and it was free.
It's free, yeah.
So
I'm going to try to describe it. So I'm holding the M1D.
M3D.
Okay.
Yep.
So is this like the third iteration of it?
Yeah, we had an M1, which was based off a Sig Sauer.
Okay.
And then a Sig P320. Then we had an M2, which was based off of a Glock, but it did not have the hinge mechanism. So the magazine fit up in the rail, so it would maintain that rectangular shape, but you had to literally take the grip and the magazine off and then stick it in there. So that one you had to assemble.
Right. Okay. But this one is,
and it never really made it to
fully
production.
self-contained.
It's all everything's there.
I mean, it's very simple. It's easy. Basically, it folds down where it fits. The whole Glock fits in the palm of your hand.
Right.
Depending on if it's a 19 or the 43. I got small hands, so it's fitting my hand right here. But I got the whole thing in my hand. The grip is the part, and this is the not the entire lower, but just your grip.
Right.
There's a conversion that they've done on this that folds the grip up underneath to where your rail section is in the front.
Correct.
You can do this with the magazine in it, which is the way it's handed to me right now. And if I want to activate this, then I just pull it back, click it in, and you guys can hear the click. So positive click, and I'm muzzling Mike over there. Sorry. And it's ready to go. You're ready to
correct
to lock and load.
And it was designed to carry with a round in the chamber. Once the grip is folded up, so it's in that rectangular shape.
Right.
All of the internal safeties are locked into place, so there's no way that the firearm or pistol can discharge with the grip all the way down.
Yeah.
The grip has to get to about 70 degrees to where you can get to the trigger bar or the trigger shoe and actually discharge it.
Right. But when it's in its folded configuration,
there's no way you can make it
to get
discharge.
to that trigger anyway.
The plunger safety and the drop safety are all disengaged because of the way the trigger shoe pushes and interacts with the trigger bar. You can't. We've tried to stick something down in there to make it discharge, and you can't do it. So
can I take the slide off?
Yeah, it's just like you would a normal. All of the internals except for the trigger shoe are factory, and it works. All the controls, the magazine release, everything is just like the slide lock and the magazine release are all just like a factory pistol.
Wow.
All we've done is make the hinge mechanism.
That took some ingenuity to figure that out too.
Correct.
But it's just, you look at it, it's like so simple.
Yeah. See, I didn't do it. You can hear.
I didn't do it.
You can hear my accent and tell that I didn't do that.
Never let an accent fool you.
What's the history behind the company?
Okay, so the history behind the company is Mike Full is the inventor, and he's our CEO. He was watching the news, and the Aurora movie theater shooting happened, and he said, we've got to give the shooting public a better option. So from that, he started working on the different designs, and originally, if you talk to him, this was what he wanted to have: a folding pistol to cover that gap, if you will. So
right.
It took him the M1, the M2, and now the M3 to get to that point. And it's well executed. Like we've had, a lot of people are concerned about the mechanism. My personal pistol has got 3,000 plus rounds through it, and we've not had one stoppage or malfunction. And I've had every demographic shoot that pistol, from my 11-year-old son up to an older lady, and everybody in between. Probably 6 or 7 different types of ammunition. So we haven't babied that pistol. I haven't cleaned it. I'm trying to get to 10,000 rounds. In fact, when I was at SHOT Show, I left it with a buddy of mine who's a police officer where I'm from, and they were having, I don't know if it was their qual, but they were having a range week, and him and some of the other police officers ended up shooting about 1,200 rounds to it that week, and they didn't have any problems.
No issues.
Wow, that's great.
What kind of warranty do you have on these?
It's a full manufacturer's lifetime warranty. We absorb the original manufacturer's warranty, and then we do our thing to it. And I'll be super honest. Early on, we had some pistols go out that we hadn't dialed in our QC, so we had about 10 pistols go out, and they all went to the same guy. Mm-hmm. He's called, said, hey, we've had some problems, and they were minor. We said, send them back. We pulled those pistols back in, actually sent him 10 more, and then we redid those 10 pistols.
Yeah, so that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And we're still learning how to do things better and from a manufacturing standpoint. So,
you said something interesting earlier about kind of negative reviews on social media.
Hold on just a second. Push that. So there you go.
Okay.
Negative reviews on social media and stuff like that. Stuff's going to make you go crazy if you.
Right. and that was a personal lesson learned because, for full disclosure, I own part of the company.
Right.
And I kind of became by accident the face of the company because of that guy up in Milwaukee. So all of a sudden, I've got all these different people I've never even met, and they were hating, and I'm like. At first, it would make me mad. And then I was like, you know what? It really doesn't matter because people are talking.
Right.
And so I kind of just let it go. Now, every now and then I'll drink a beer and get on there and be like, all right, I'm going to play with the trolls.
Right. But it's one of those things where, like, there are fan sites for, like, say, Bersa. You know, like, and I would go on to the
Glock Nation loves us.
I would go on the fan sites, and I would get in a fight within like 3 minutes of being on there.
Glock Nation
fans.
Don't fall into it. It's a trap.
Glock Nation was brutal.
That's good. You don't have to do it both ways.
But
of course.
You know, but the thing that I learned was, one is people are talking about it. Two, it's been nice because people will see something at a distance and they'll be critical, and I'm totally fine with that. But a lot of those same people would come up to our booth when they had the opportunity to, and we've not had one person that I know of that's come and actually seen the pistol in person or had the opportunity to shoot
Say anything bad about it?
That when they walked away, they were at least neutral.
Right.
Nobody's ever walked away still negative, which I'm proud of that. And like I said earlier, you know, my pistols, we've shot over 3,000 rounds through the pistol. I've tried to break the thing. Now, we haven't done anything silly like hit it with a sledgehammer, but drop test, putting dirt in it, that kind of stuff, the normal stuff that would happen. On the first 8 or 9 drops we did, I kept gooning it up for the camera, so we had to do it over and over again. And the only thing that would happen is it would land and the grip would come unlocked, so it would be sitting on the ground like that, and I would just grab it, and when I closed my hand, it would lock together, and I would run a magazine through it, and it was fine. So
if you did have a failure with that mechanism part right there, you just hold it in place.
Well, and it just came unlatched. It wasn't like a failure where it broke. We actually built a prototype with 3D printed plastic and shot that gun. And like that's one of the things that people are like, oh, it's going to blow up in your hand. Well, I'm like, dude, the bang is in the barrel, not in the frame.
Right.
Yeah.
And the frame is the lower part is being held together with your hand, which is one lock, and then it's got a stick in it, a magazine, and it's got a latch.
Right.
So, and I've shot one with no latch on it, because you're holding it together with your hand.
Right.
And then all of one of the reasons that the way the design is this, that's where all the recoil is being absorbed right there in that little curve.
Okay, so he's showing the beaver tail area right now.
It's driving the recoil down the long axis of your arm. That's a big word right there.
Long axis. I like it.
Yeah, I went to public school, so. But all of the recoil is being absorbed above where the cut's at.
Right.
And then the gunsmiths were like, why'd you leave that gap so big? Well, the reason that gap is so big is so it doesn't bite your hand. And that was one of the early problems that we had. Those 10 pistols that we had problems with, that gap was a little bit narrow, and it was biting people.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So they sent them back. We redid it, and
so you'd think a bigger gap would make it bite more.
Yeah, you'd think.
Well, but it's like we're all going to get old and we're going to lose our teeth. Well, you can't clamp down, so it can't bite. It's not making connections. So
yeah.
So how do you get? How do you bring this? How are you bringing this to market? What ways is this available?
Okay, so you can go to our website. We have distributors and we have rep groups that are repping us.
Okay.
But if you go on our website, fullconceal.com, there's a dealer locator list. And so if let's say you live in North Louisiana, where I'm from, you go on there and there'll be a list of dealers that we have. And that's one of the things that we've tried to do is we want everybody from the end consumer, the guy that's going to carry it in his truck or carry it in his bag or in his pocket, we want everybody in that chain to be happy. So the distributors, the gun shops, and we've done it where everybody can benefit from selling the pistol.
Right.
And I can tell you that one of the things that we've learned is if you have a gun shop that has a range and you have a demo gun, if people come in and they've seen or heard about it on the internet or something like this on a podcast or whatever, they go in and the gun's in there and they get to mess with it, and if they can go shoot it, they're, from a gun store business perspective, they're a lot more likely to buy that pistol because they can answer all those questions in their mind that you have when you look at it on the internet.
Right, and you're sitting there armchair quarterbacking, telling them what they should and what they shouldn't do. If you've never touched it and never shot it, then shut the hell up.
Yeah, the key is just getting it on every range. I mean, that's the tricky part.
Just getting it in the hands of the people who are interested in it and want to shoot it. Now, what's the MSRP on these?
Okay, so MSRP on the M3 Delta, which is the one you're holding, is $13.99,
which is the 19.
So we sell it three ways. We sell the full pistol. We sell a conversion service, which if you have a Glock Gen 3 19 or Gen 4 19, you ship us the pistol through an FFL dealer. We take the pistol in, we convert it, and it's about a 10-day turn, and then we ship your pistol back to you. Or you can buy just the frame. So if you have a 19 already, you can send us your frame. You have to ship it through an FFL dealer because it's got the serial number on it.
Yep.
But you do all the legal back and forth. We convert your frame and send it back. Or you can just buy the frame, or you can buy the whole pistol. So you can buy the whole pistol, the frame, or convert it.
Okay.
And we started the conversion thing for California because the way their laws are written. We could sell to law enforcement in California, but we couldn't sell to the general public until we got the license to do the gunsmithing.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's interesting.
And what were the prices?
Cool idea.
So if you do a conversion during the show right now, you can get the conversion for $350. That's half off.
Okay.
And then the frames, I don't think I brought my. Oh, hold on. I think I did. Hold on just a second. Y'all are making me quote numbers, so I had to have.
You got to quote numbers, man.
So
they want to know. They're like salivating. They're like, well, how much is it going to cost me? That's always the bottom line.
So the retail price for the M3S and the M3D in Gen 4 is $13.99. Then the conversion normally is $6.99, but for the show, it's $3.50. If they get online and sign up for the conversion between now and Sunday night, it'll be $3.50.
Okay. So our listeners aren't going to hear this because it'll be a couple of weeks after this before they actually get an opportunity.
Right.
Would that be something that maybe if they said that they were a lead head that you'd still give them that deal?
I'm sure.
You got to talk to somebody about that?
I'm sure that would work out. Okay.
Okay. We'll talk. We'll try to make that happen. But these are awesome, man. I mean, like I said, there was a guy that was just standing here taking the load off, and I was talking to him about what all he's seen, and he's like, you got to go see these guys over there. You know, they got this Glock that folds in half. And I was like, oh, I got to talk to them.
Right.
Because I'm a Glock guy. I love Glocks. But then, you know, when you add this whole element to it right here, I mean, it's just a whole nother something going on there. Now, you are sacrificing your rail space.
Right.
On the 19. So if you're a light guy, you're going to lose the ability for that. Now, can you just take this off and not make it?
You can take our technical term for this.
Probably shouldn't
is
tell people to do it though.
Is a rail widget.
Rail widget.
Okay. So one of the things that
docking port.
Yeah, is in the works is what I would call a muzzle standoff device. So like if you're grappling with somebody and you push on the front of the slide, it'll push it out of battery and you can't make it discharge. So one of the things that we're working on is the retention capability of the widget. So the reason it's there is to keep it all folded up.
Yeah, it's to lock it in place when it's folded, yeah. But you don't get that on the S.
Right.
Because it doesn't have a rail.
Exactly. So on the M3D, we're going to do a standoff device with some pretty good serrations on it. Mm-hmm. So you can have something to push against. And where I'm going with all that is that's giving us a little bit of real estate for a small light because the light technology is out there now.
You got plans for that.
And there's
so it'd be like a brush guard on your truck, is that?
Exactly. I'm going to get slayed for this because I cannot remember the name of the company, but there's a company that makes a light that goes in the operating rod or the guide rod.
Yeah.
The laser company?
Yeah,
it's a laser.
Laser Max wasn't Laser Max.
It might be Laser Max.
I think that's them.
Yeah,
Laser Max. Yeah.
So there are light options out there.
Yeah.
But that standoff device with the rail widget, the rail widget built into it, that'll give us a little bit of real estate for a LED light. It's not going to be like the 6,000 lumen, like melt your eyeballs type light that everybody's going for.
I don't think anybody expects that. Yeah.
It'll be enough.
Very cool, man. These are awesome. And this is something that you said that there was another guy behind the design of it.
Right, Mike Full.
You were kind of in the right place at the right time, and you had the opportunity, and you're one of the owners now.
Right.
You're a part owner. Very cool, man.
Yeah, it's nice to see some innovation.
And you're former military, right?
Yeah, I was a Marine for 20 years.
Okay. So you're still a Marine. You're not former.
That's correct. Yeah. I'm just not doing it every day like I was. I got old.
Right. So once again, the website
is fullconceal.com.
Fullconceal.com. You guys can go there, check out this awesome product that they got. Innovation. That's what we're all about here at Talking Leads, innovation. And these guys definitely have innovated an already existing product and made it even at a whole nother dimension of concealability to it. There's probably all kinds of other things that people can think of. But yeah, this is great, man. I love this.
One of the things that we've almost got wrapped up is we're working on, and I think it may be totally done, but a deal with Polymer 80, so you can build your own frame.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then send it to us, and then we send it back, and you have a Polymer 80 folding.
How about that?
Frame.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
You have a Polymer 80 full conceal.
Now, are you looking at other brands to do this with?
We've talked to 2 different manufacturers about doing it. So
there are others in the work.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's other people wanting us to work with them. So,
anything besides handguns in the works? Have you been looking at rifles or anything like that? Maybe.
All right, so that's one of those things where I don't know anything past the handgun part, but if you talk to Mike, the inventor of this thing, for very long, some of the stuff
I'll get something out of him on it.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that he's thought of and the way that he thinks, you're like, okay, that he could do this.
Yeah, right.
And there's one I wish I could talk about so bad, because if we pull that off, it's freaking sick.
It's going to change the world, huh?
Yeah, and it's that. Again, when you talk to him about that one thing, and I know I'm being dramatic, but if you talk to him about that one thing, you're like, holy shit, this guy could do this. And when it happens,
what bar are y'all going to be at tonight?
Exactly.
We'll get it out of him.
The problem is Mike doesn't drink, so
well, damn,
he's not interrogatable. You give me one beer, I'll tell you everything.
All right, so you're a new guy to the show, and we've got a line of questions that we hit our new guys with. So
okay, sweet.
So Mike, it's time for new guy questions.
Is there like a 10-second you have to answer the question by?
You got to just first thing comes to your mind, kind of deal.
Shit. Well, all right.
All right, so I'm not going to hit you with all. I'll hit you with a few of them. If there were laws be damned, rules be damned, money be damned, what would you own? Anything. You could own anything.
If I could own anything, I would have and I'm actually working on this, I would have a killer barn house on enough land to have a pond and a freaking kick-ass range with a helicopter pad. So like
nice.
if money's literally not an object, I want a freaking
laws
helicopter.
aren't an object, money's not an object.
I want a helicopter.
What kind of helicopter? You want an Apache?
No, I want a.
You want like Airwolf?
No, it's called a Eurocopter, I think is what it's called. It looks like a loach, the little bird.
Yeah,
but it's a more modern.
Okay, so more like a little 2-seater kind of thing.
No, I think it's actually
miniguns.
I think it's actually
side.
4. But yeah, we'd have to have rockets and guns.
Yeah, all that's legal. You know.
Yeah, if you break into my
scenario,
house, I'm gonna freaking rocket your neighborhood.
If you could be president for a day, what's the first presidential act that you would do?
I would build the wall.
You would put the wall up?
I would build the freaking wall.
Like a complete wall around the whole country, or just the border?
The border, and then depending on what time of the day this happened, it may be western parts of the current U.S.
Parts of the U.S.
I know where you're going with that one.
No doubt.
But I would. It would either be that, and now I'm either that, or I would term limits.
Okay.
Those two things.
There you go. That's a good one. Yep.
Like where if it was possible, term limits.
So like 1 year.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna back step. I think I would do term limits, because if you did term limits, the wall would happen.
There you go. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's something. I don't think that's you're never.
I think a lot of things.
I don't think you're ever going to get that
quicker. Because that's what a lot of politicians will do. They'll promise something they know they can't deliver, and they'll keep saying during their term, I'm going to do it. Oh, well, you're going to have to reelect me so I can continue this work to get it done for you.
Here's what's crazy, and I'm not to get off on the and I'm not anti-government, but anti-politicians. Politicians will present a problem or create a problem the only solution available that's actually going to happen is one that maintains their power, but never really solve the problem. So it's like,
that's true.
What the hell?
And it's by design. They know that's
exactly,
and that's why they do it. Yeah.
And I think term limits would help that.
Here's a fun question. If you could spend the day at the range with anybody, whether they're still alive, dead, or fictional, or a group of people.
So, all right. So let's say a group of people. I'd want my sons there. I got 11 and a 15-year-old. I'd want them there.
Okay.
And then Travis Haley, Kyle Lamb,
going for all the big
Tim Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy. You gonna do a little wrestling?
And then like, so we're doing groups. There's like 4 or 5 of the guys I was in the Marine Corps with at different ranks and different billets that I would be like, all right, we need to get that guy over there. So
you just have a big party
because he was a freaking
range.
Clown. So it's not going to be fun without him there. So I need. And actually, two of the guys that I was in Iraq with came. I told them I was going to be at SHOT Show. They both work on a drilling rig, and they were both between hitches. And I was like, come out there and I'll get you in the SHOT Show. And it was the first night they were there. They were there a night before I got there, and then the first night that I was officially there was there last night.
Oh, damn.
So I got back to SHOT Show the next day, and I had not slept. And somebody was like, dude, you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, are you hungover? I was like, not yet. But about 1 o'clock that afternoon, it hit me like a freaking freight train. So for guys in the range, it would be those 2 clowns and then some more. But yeah,
I got you. I see where you're going with it.
Yep.
That'd be a good time.
I like that Tim Kennedy choice.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Throw a little Randy Couture in there.
Oh, so we're talking about people. I got to meet Dan Bongino last night.
Oh, wow.
And I totally assed that up. So I'm at a table. It's me, my girlfriend, Mike, Steve, the other guy that owns part of our company, and his wife. Well, I was like, hey, that's Dan Bongino, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, huh? I was like, yeah. So I wasn't stalking the guy, but he stood up and they were leaving.
Be a fanboy.
And I just turned around and said, hey, man, I just want to tell you thank you for speaking up for the rest of us, because he does a good job of articulating kind of what I'm screaming at the TV normally.
Right.
So I stand up, we shake hands, we talking, and I told him about where our booth was at, what we were doing and all that, and he's like, all right, man, blah, blah, and I didn't want to, wear him out, so he turns around and walks off, and, everybody's sitting at the table, looking at me, like, you didn't even freaking introduce us. I was like, dude, my bad. I'm sorry. So I had a little fanboy moment, my bad. But
it happens.
He's a good
You're
guy.
allowed to have that. Yeah, it's good.
So, shout out to Dan Bongino.
You got one? You got one of your off the wall?
I'm coming up with nothing right
now.
now.
Blank right now? I think you should do the coffee one.
I want to see if you can answer that.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one.
Okay,
if you could be a drink at Starbucks, what would your name be?
Fuck. Crusty ass, old, stale coffee. It's crazy. And I have intentionally boycotted Starbucks, but I would go in there with my girlfriend. She'd freaking hate this. I'd be like, all right, I want a large, whatever. They're like, well, she's like, that's a venti. I was like, no, we're in America. It's a freaking large.
Right.
Nobody, what is that?
Didn't exist until Starbucks.
Right.
Nobody knew what a freaking venti was.
Thank God for Black Rifle Coffee Company.
There you go.
Thank God. The Blackbeard's Delight, it has something to do with the water where I'm from. That coffee, when I make it at my house, tastes like chocolate.
Now, where is it you're from?
I'm from Ruston, Louisiana, where Louisiana Tech is at.
Okay.
It's I-20 runs from Shreveport to Monroe, and it's right there. So
we just had some other boys from Louisiana on earlier, guys from Aklys Defense.
Okay,
you met them yet? Joe Moe and the gang?
I don't know them, but I've heard them.
Okay, we'll introduce you to him.
Okay, cool.
He was another guy that would just be looking at this and be going, "Oh, wow, he's a."
You sell to Lipsy's in Sports South?
All right. So Sports South is one of our distributors.
Yep.
We signed up with RSR. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the deal is with Lipsy's, but I know we've talked to them. But I know Sports South. The Sports South story. Okay, so Am I good to keep?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
go ahead.
Yeah, man.
So the
That's what we
Sports
do
South
here.
story. Okay, so I'm a forester, and I worked for a family who owns a ton of land in North Louisiana. Well, the guy that owns Sports South, Skipper Dixon, duck hunts on my old boss's land. They're actually here somewhere. One of the guys I used to work with called me a while ago and said, hey, where are you at? But anyway, they're here. Well, because of the job that I had and knowing who the Dixon family was, when all this happened, I was like, one of the first conversations I had with Steve was like, hey, we got to get into Sports South. So that's kind of how, and it's weird how things like a guy coming up to your table turns into 16 million views. It's weird how a guy that you manage the land that he duck hunted on, and his dad shops in, my dad owns a hardware store in a little town not far from there, so they buy a lot of the stuff. They have a place called Loggy Bayou Plantation. Well, they come into my dad's hardware store, so I knew him from those two angles.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the gun business all of a sudden.
Right.
And because of duck hunting and my dad selling PVC pipe to this guy, I can go in there and say, hey, this is a cool thing we've got. Are y'all interested? And it's worked out really, really good because it's just knowing somebody.
Yes.
That's, at the end of the day,
who you know.
the only business lesson I could give anybody is do not ever burn a bridge.
There you go.
Absolutely.
It's a
Not
good lesson.
especially in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's been cool to learn this business because the gun business is a lot like the timber business. The guys that I deal with on a day-to-day basis at my normal job are guys I either lived with in college, or they were in my wedding, I was in their wedding, or they should have been paying rent where I lived because they were there all the time.
Right.
You know? And those guys I talk to and deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And the gun business is like that too. I've started making friends at these things, and you see people, you see them once or
It's all
twice,
about
3 times a year.
relationships,
That's
man,
exactly
yeah.
right. It's been
Definitely.
fun. So.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
good.
Well, we appreciate you coming on here and sharing all this with the Leadhead Nation, man.
Well, I appreciate y'all inviting me.
This is awesome stuff. So you guys, one more time, the website?
It's fullconceal.com.
And are you on social medias?
You can find, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and we're
That's the two
on
main ones.
on
Yeah.
YouTube
On the YouTube
right
yeah.
now.
So are you doing videos quite frequently? You putting out videos or?
Yeah, in fact, we did the informal one that we got from the guy. We've done another one, and then I was supposed to do some before the show, and because of circumstances but we're about to put out some more answering these type questions videos. Like we're going to introduce the rail widget.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about deploying the pistol and the different advantages and things
Sure.
like that.
Pros,
so
cons,
just to
kinda
answer, and it's to answer some of the people from social media.
Sure.
So
Oh, that'd be a good.
How
That's
often
a
you
good
make it out
way
to
to
Vegas?
address it. All right, guys, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to go grab a couple more guests, and we'll be back at the 2018 NRA show at the official headquarters of Eagle Imports. So that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. This year's NRA has been probably one of the most fun that I've had in a few years, and it's all thanks to the guys over there at Eagle Imports for hosting the Leadquarters. So go and shoot those guys a big thank you over on social media. Follow their brands with the Bersa, the Grand Power, the Metro Arms, Llama, Comanche, all those cool lines of firearms. And go check out that Bersa Chat also over there that JL's got going. They're giving away a cool Karma. I think they call them Karma packages over there. And we've given him some those exclusive T-shirts that we had made for NRA. One of a kind, limited run, made those ones. We're not going to make any more. So he's got a couple or 3 of those. Can't remember how many we gave him to give out. So just go over to Bersa Chat, check him out. Big thanks to all the sponsors of Talking Lead. Please make sure you guys go and support those that support the show. The official optics of Talking Lead, Right On USA, RITON, USA.com. Veteran-owned, family-owned business. Check them out. Defy, the official wristwear. That's right. The official wristwear of Talking Lead is Defy watches. And go take advantage of those awesome deals they've got going on over there at Defy Watches. High Threat Concealment, highthreatconcealment.com. Of course, X-Steel targets. My favorite targets of all time to ever shoot are AR-500 steel targets, and X-Steel targets has the best ones. So you guys don't miss out. Go to xsteeltargets.com and tell them you're a Leadhead. Modern Spartan Systems. I've been optimizing my firearms with Modern Spartan Systems for the past at least 5 years, I know. And now we're doing our vehicles with the TVT
engine oil additive. So you guys go to modernspartansystems.com, check them out as well. 1776 United, get all your Talking Lead swag and then some. They've got awesome products over there at 1776 United. Probably 98% of my wardrobe is made up of 1776 United t-shirts, so that's no joke. Check them out, 1776united.com. And oh, by the way, before we go, I've got a giveaway to do. So one of you lucky lead heads is going to get something from the Talking Lead swag closet, swag vault. So it was on iTunes. I've noticed we've got some new reviews here. So I'm going to read this one by Lake Tuna. Once again, an excellent and informative podcast. Love the great interviews with the many different people who he has on the show. On episode 240, old Lefty had a man crush on Kevin, Kevin Dixie, from No Other Choice, which made me laugh out loud. Please keep them coming. Suggestion, more Kevin would be great. And then he says, Vaya con Dios. Like Johnny Utah said to Bodie in Point Break. I love it. All right, Lake Tuna, get in touch with me. Send me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com. You just won yourself some awesome swag from the Talking Lead Vault. And any of you other lead heads, please go to iTunes, leave us feedback. You've got questions, you've got comments, you've got suggestions for the show. Feel free to email me, talkinglead@gmail.com, or you can hit me on social media, Facebook or Instagram, with those questions. And always comment on our posts, too, because we go through there and we pick winners from our posts. People who are engaging with us on social media, we like to reward those lead heads as well. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Pincus just texted me, said he's in Nashville, so I'm headed to the Nashville Armory. We'll be back next episode with more coverage from the 2018 National Rifle Association annual meeting and exhibits from the Eagle Imports booth, the official Leadquarters of Talking Lead. As always, lead heads, keep your loved ones close and your firearms closer.